Hey, what is up everybody? It's Connor here from Geek on Your Face, and welcome to another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Best Decks. Today we're going to be going over a Gem Knight deck. Gem Knights are a fusion-based deck, and they deal with a lot of a mix between high-tack monsters and useful effect monsters. So they are pretty versatile in my opinion, and they have a lot of great searching capabilities and just good effects in general. I'm going to start off by putting Gem Turtle here in defense mode, face down obviously, because of his flip effect, which allows me to get Gem Knight Fusion from my deck, which is very useful. Gem Knight Fusion, probably one of the best fusion summoning cards in the game, because of its reusability and its just ease. If you don't know, Gem Knight Fusion's effect allows it to activate when it's in the graveyard. You can banish one Gem Knight monster from your graveyard, and then you can put the Gem Knight Fusion back into your hand so you can use it again. That can be done all in the same turn, multiple times, so very, very useful card. And it's just a really good recycling deck in general. That's what I would say Gem Knight's main focus is recycling. They're very easy to recycle from your graveyard, and they have a lot of awesome searchers. Gem Armadillo is one, and obviously Gem Turtle is one. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get out what is it? What am I gonna get right now? Gem Knight Ruby. Gem Knight Ruby allows you to tribute one other Gem Knight monster on the field, and then Gem Knight Ruby gets that attack as for the rest of the end phase. It gets added on to it, to Gem Knight Ruby's original attack. And I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use Hidden Armory here. Put one card in my graveyard. So I can go ahead and search for different dimension reincarnation, because I'm about to use Gem Knight Fusion's effect to get it back into my hand so I can have it again next time. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put Gem Knight Garnet into my banished zone. That way I can use different dimension reincarnation to get Gem Knight Garnet back onto the field, and then I can use my I can go ahead and I can use my Gem Knight Fusion once again to get two Gem Knight monsters on the field. I could get Gem Knight Pearl out with the XYZ summon because they're both level 4s, but it's not totally necessary right now, and I just want a bigger attack monster, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get Gem Knight Zirconia. Gem Knight Zirconia doesn't have an effect, but he does have a whopping 2,900 attack points, which can be useful in a lot of situations, especially common with Forbidden Lance, which is very, very useful in this deck. Some of your Gem Knight monsters don't have the highest attack points. Like I said, they're focused on their effects, so Forbidden Lance is a really awesome way to keep them safe. And we're using Rakegi Break as a form of removal here, because a lot of the Gem Knight monsters that control your graveyard do so by them being discarded from your hand to the graveyard. So anything that can play around with your hand directly discarding to your graveyard is very useful in a Gem Knight deck. And a lot of decks in general have that sort of effect that they can do. But because Photon Thrasher is kind of an opener, he's not really something to be thought about afterwards, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use Rakegi Break to get rid of the useless Photon Thrasher basically in our hand, and basically open up the field for our Gem Knights to wreak havoc. There are a lot of ways that you can open up the field with your Gem Knights. There is a fusion monster that can remove all set spell and trap cards, put them back in your opponent's hand. There's just a lot of stuff that you can play around with Gem Knights. In the recipe portion of the video, we're going to have a lot of normal monsters to start off with. I'm not going to go ahead and read the effect monsters or mention them really, because they're just fusion material. That's what it is. Effect Veiler, we have two of them because Gem Knights are kind of weak to effects. They don't have any of the support cards really that help protect them from effects, so Effect Veiler is very useful here. Gem Armadillo is going to be your main searcher. He allows you to get any Gem Knight monster from your deck to your hand. Very useful. Gem Knight Amber, he's a fusion material monster, but as well his effect is useful, allowing you to normal summon him again once you've already summoned him, and then you can play around with Gem Knights and stuff. Gem Knight Lazuli basically allows you to add monsters from your graveyard to your hand. He's kind of like a dumbed down version of Gem Knight Obsidian, which allows you to directly special summon a level 4 or lower normal monster from your graveyard when this is discarded to the graveyard. Gem Knight Turtle is going to be your searcher for Gem Knight Fusion. The only reason why there's one is because it kind of is redundant because of 3 Gem Knight Fusions already in the deck. So more than likely you're not going to need more than one Gem Turtle, and because they can be reused easily. Photon Thrasher is a great opener because he combos and allows you to get turn 1 Gem Knight Pearl out very easily. He's a great card to have and in a lot of decks. Redox Dragon Ruler of Boulders, you're going to be using him more for one of his secondary effects, which allows you to discard him from your hand, and then you can special summon one target from your graveyard. He's very useful. Rescue Rabbit allows you to get basically any fusion monster materials that you need, as well as an easy level 4 XYZ for the Gem Knight Pearl or any other. DDR, Different Dimension Reincarnation, as you saw, it's very useful combined with Gem Knight Fusion. A lot of combos that you can do with that very easily. He's a pretty good card in this deck. Forbidden Lance, like I said earlier in the video, it's very good for keeping your Gem Knight monsters safe and protected. Excuse me. Gem Knight Fusion is a pretty standard fusion card, you know, but with the added effect of easily recycling capability. Very useful card. Just a lot of different combos you can make with it. Hidden Armory, obviously to get your Different Dimension Reincarnation. There's only one of them because, you know, it's not the most integral combo to have. Musical Space Typhoon, obvious. Shard of Greed is good burst draw, which is very useful for the Gem Knights, comboed with recycling of Gem Knight Fusion. You can do a lot of cool stuff there. You could change this for other card draw, it's really up to you. Compulsory Evacuation Device, pretty self-explanatory. Rikegi Break, like I said before, it's very good to play around with discard effects in this deck. And Waboku, once again, to keep your Gem Knight safe if something were to go wrong, you don't have an awesome combo to pull off. In the extra deck, we have Amethyst. I'm not going to go over all the effects. Aquamarine, Citrine, 2 of them. Prismara, 2 of them. Ruby, 1 of them. Seraphonite, 2 of them. Topaz, 1, and Zirconia, 1 of them. Dagesto Emerald, Gem Knight Pearl, Lavalval Chain, and number 11, Big Eye. That's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed Gem Knights. They're pretty fun, I have to say. I definitely suggest giving them a try. But I gotta go now, so goodbye!